Hello everybody. Today is cut day number 2, back day. Morning weigh-in 159.8. So I'm down almost 6 pounds from yesterday. And I just find it funny how much weight can fluctuate for no reason. So yeah, because I had a biggie bag from Wendy's. I had a lot of cheap meals, to be honest. I had Cinnamon Pockets from Sheetz, these little cinnamon roll like pockets, I don't know, with a bunch of this frosting, and then I had like these burritos. It was crazy. I had a lot to eat yesterday, but for no reason, down 6 pounds of water weight. Just goes to show that you shouldn't be discouraged in your weight loss journey, even if you gain a lot of weight randomly or a few. And you shouldn't get too excited if you lose a lot of weight randomly. Today's the same deal. We're going with Bum Essential Pre. Again, I'm not really much of a 2-scoop guy, but I somehow find myself taking 2 for every workout. And I'm enjoying it, which is good. I think what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start making a double scoop protein shake, 2 scoops away, drinking half in the morning. Excuse me, that powder got in my nose, jeez. And then, the other half of the drink at night. Because usually I have it all at once, and I'm thinking that, having 49 grams of protein, right before bed in the form of a shake. I've heard a bunch of stuff about maybe that doesn't get digested. I don't know. To be honest, in my experience, I've had really, really great gains by having a lot of protein at once. So, I used to, when I was in the bulk, I'd make meals with 100 grams of protein at once, and I'd eat that, I'd be good. And it would work, But, now I'm trying to be a little smarter, space out my meals more, eat more like a bodybuilder. And to be honest, it took a lot of time for my strength on the cut to actually go down. For a long time, it was going up, and everything. And I wouldn't really credit that much to neurological adaptation, because I was getting stronger on very stable machine movements that didn't really require any coordination. And when you get stronger on machines, yes, there's going to be an initial neurological adaptation, but it's going to be much less than for a barbell, for example. A lot more room to get stronger on a barbell because of all the coordination it takes. But with machines, you're talking just all you need to learn is the right way to push into it or pull through it. So my lat pull down went up from like 185 to like 215. Ultra wide, which is cool. I love wide grip. So this is all very exciting stuff. That's just one example of a lift that went up like crazy. I started lat pull down on my cut at like 155 for a certain amount of reps, but I was like, this ain't it, man. My back's not getting any bigger. So I was like, I'm going to start using a little bit more body English, pulling more explosively, not really, paying too much attention to having ultra clean form. Not really worth it to me. I used very strict mind-muscle connection-based form for a long time on my back days, and that didn't really serve me well, as opposed to just going really heavy. And, obviously not cheating by doing a weight you obviously can't handle, but, lean back a little bit. When you're doing a T-bar row, make sure you're braced in properly and you just muscle through it. You don't have to pause for 4 seconds at the end and, pull slow. No, just muscle through the weight. That's what I think it takes to grow a big back, is, at least in my experience, it only started really growing when I learned to just muscle through the weight. So, enough procrastinating. I gotta slam this thing down. After that, we'll have the salt, the honey, and I think I'll just cut this out for the day. You guys already know how it works. Tablespoon of honey, half teaspoon of salt, and then you'll see me in the gym. Oh, I'm still procrastinating. Shoot, I gotta drink this. We're in the black PR camo today. I don't even know if it's still in stock. I got it a very long time ago. I don't know if they still even make it, but keep in mind, guys, I don't even know what to keep in mind. Joe, my brain's a little bit clouded right now.
Keep in mind, lift heavy, don't have good form, break your backs. It's back day.
Real. Cut day 2. LA Fitness, back day. We're going to hit wide grip lat pull downs. You know, I usually really enjoy those, so I'm looking forward to that. With a little bit of body English. Slight lean back. You know, on the end of every rep, just a little bit of oomph. T-bar rows. That's probably my favorite because you can really lock yourself in. You know, with the chest support. And then hammer strength, lat biased rows. And after that, I mean, really just curls pretty much. And I mean, man, that's really it. Curls and maybe some wrist curls if we have time. I'll say this. In terms of general training, I think tracking your progression is extremely important as a bodybuilder. You need to have certain goals in terms of weight and rep goals. Like, eventually, I want to be able to hit 4 plates on incline Smith machine. I don't know how reasonable that is, but I want to hit 4 plates on it. Now, I don't want to do that like a power lifter. I want to do that in a bodybuilding style. I actually heard Sam Sulek talk about this. Obviously, it's good to have goals to reach a certain weight on an exercise, but what's more important is the manner you reach it in. Like, I could train like a powerlifter, like low rep scheme, you know, and do all these different systems. Or I could train like a bodybuilder and say, all right, I'm going to go 6 reps, 6 to 8 reps or whatever, in that manner with good form, slow eccentric, maybe a little pause at the bottom. Well, we are here at LA Fitness, and we're about to hit a scrumptious back day. Pre-workout burps hitting different. Can you pull me down and help me get into place? Good. Shoulders feeling crunchy today. There's like a definite strong lat and teres major sensation with the way that I do these lat pull downs. Feels good, even though it's kind of want to say partial range of motion, but it's probably only about 3/4 of what a traditional lat pull down would be. And the reason I'm doing it like this is just because I feel it a lot more in my back. Can you put me on 200, Joe?
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, sir. You're a good man.
I don't know why I'm weak today on back.
Sometimes.
I did a lot of back stuff yesterday at boxing.
What'd you do?
Dude, I couldn't the rowing machine.
You cheated on it?
I mean, that's what I do in boxing.
So the mic died right now, and I didn't realize it, so I'm recording a voiceover now over the video. So, basically, T-bar rows. Very good exercise. I'm really enjoying it right now. I'd say, in terms of upper back development, this thing's pretty much unbeatable. I'm going to just go out on a limb and call it the best upper back exercise of all time. It's given me pretty insane levels of trap and rhomboid growth. Just really going heavy and, muscling through it, not focusing on being extremely strict too much. And you guys can see, I'm getting a little bit leaner. I started off this cut at about 186. That was my peak weigh-in after, eating some food. And I was like, all right, I really got to buckle down, get this cut over with. And throughout some inconsistent time, I've been cutting and binging, and I've ended up here at 159.8 at the end of this process when you include the holidays and everything. So only holiday we got left before the cut is over is Christmas, and I'm really just hoping that I will be at my goal right around when Christmas rolls in. My goal is about 145, and I think I can do it because I think I'm holding on to quite a bit of water right now still, and just from, eating in a pretty big surplus for a week straight, eating whatever I wanted. But, yeah, I think 145 is going to look very good, maybe even shredded. But at the moment, I just feel super full, as you guys can tell. Just from this front relaxed here, I feel like Mr. Olympia, not going to lie. Overhead abdominals. Here, honestly, this is one of the most aesthetic posing sessions that I've had. Really trying to work on my V taper, just get a bigger back, smaller waist. And I'm also going to say something else pretty controversial. I feel like I made the fastest progress I ever have on this cut, even faster than when I was bulking. When I was bulking, I was trying to just kind of attack my lift, go really hard, but I didn't have too much direction. And when I started cutting, I made the switch to, low volume, heavy weight, stable machine movement, exercise, selection, all of those things, they add up. And I got so much stronger on the cut. It was pretty unbelievable, I'm really only now starting to lose strength on some exercises, still gaining on others. But I'm just so excited for the bulk to see how much bigger I get, knowing the amount of progress I made on this cut so far. Especially, I'd say, the most improved body part for me, excuse me, the most improved body part is probably my back. It started out at essentially nothing, you know. I had no width, no thickness. I think I had probably some of the worst starting, I don't know. I had the worst start for a back. I mean, seriously. I mean, it wasn't the worst ever, but it wasn't that great. And though seriously, what made it blow up was what I mentioned like a minute ago. Just low volume, stable machines, heavy weight, and then just like muscling through it, muscling through all the movements. And here I actually had to go to a different gym because we wanted to meet up with somebody at the boxing gym. And yeah, so this is the boxing gym. I ended up, even though this was 30 minutes after my back workout, just trying to get an arm pump in. I never usually do curls like this. I'm very strict, and I do them on a preacher bench. But I was like, you know what? I just want to have fun. So just enjoying myself here, throwing around the 55s. Really just honestly liking this more than a lot of other curl variations just because it feels more productive in terms of intensity. You know, other curl variations, yeah, I can have intensity, but I don't get to throw around I don't get to throw around weights like this pretty much ever. Over here we moved on to some heavy wrist curls. I started doing these, and I actually just really like the way they feel on the bench. I prefer them over cable wrist curls, which is what I did for the longest time. I feel like these isolate the wrist flexors a little better. You know, to speak on the cut again, I really like this app, Chronometer. I just downloaded it today. Well, I've had it before, but I just started using it today. And it's a very comprehensive app. I mean, it takes into account so many little details, and it's really, really easy to use. It's a lot like MyFitnessPal, or if you guys have ever used anything else, it's just really nice. And something cool that I noticed was you can like scan the barcode of different foods or whatever, and it'll just log it in your diary. But I'll say this for anybody cutting specifically, I notice it's so beneficial to actually track when you're cutting because it adds a new level of accountability to what you're eating. You know, you don't only just, you know, pick something up and eat it. You actually have to log everything you eat. And then when you're putting it in your phone, you're like, oh man, like, do I really want to eat this? Or was this worth it? Adds another layer of, all right, this is commitment right here. So, yeah, though. I'm probably going to use it when I bulk too. I think that was a mistake I made on the last bulk. I just did it haphazardly, didn't track anything. But, yeah. Going to definitely track. Just keep that as a consistent habit. Only be in a relatively mild surplus, like 300 to 500. My goodness. I'm a little bit pumped here. Hitting this lat spread back doesn't look pumped still, but still a pretty impressive pose for me. This is this is probably one of the more fun posing sessions I've had. Just posing part 1 and posing part 2, 2 different gyms in the same night. I mean, what more could I want? Really just kind of trying to see my abs more too lately. You know, a lot of people are telling me, oh, you know, you need to train abs more. I think it's that, but I also think it's just weight loss. It'll come. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this video. There's going to be more soon.